today to share some more findings from my read desk to yours about my experiences working with Barton Cane's Gonzalez cane. Now, Barton Cane is one of the companies that allows you to choose both the shape and the profile. Because I am not as familiar with Gonzalez cane, I chose a shape that I'm very familiar with, the Fox 2. I also went with their standard profile as it is as close to my own profile, as well as, if you've been following me for a while, the Geese profile. So if you like the profile coming off Geese gouge-shaped and profiled cane, you'll like the profile of the standard profile offered to you by Barton. Now, full disclosure, Barton Cane did send me this cane, but I have to say that I also had my students purchase about 40 pieces. So my results are from about 10 pieces of cane that I made on my own, but also from my studio, because I've been filtering through this fall working with their reads as well and watching their experiences. The gouge-shaped and profiled cane from Barton runs about $4 a piece, and they come in bundles of 5. My experiences working with the Gonzalez cane were kind of like if the Madeira cane, if you've watched that review, and the Glotan cane came together and they fell in love and they made a baby cane. That baby cane would be Gonzalez cane. Now, why do I say this? The Madeira cane, I added in cross-hatch scoring in order to disperse any cracking that would happen, because the Madeira cane was very prone to cracking. As I would add in the cross-hatch scoring on the base of the tube, I noticed that sometimes the cane would have a tendency to shred off. I had the exact same experience on the Gonzalez. It was prone to cracking just like the Madeira, and it also shredded at the base of the tube just like the Madeira. When it came to sound colors, it reminded me in many ways of the Glotan. The Glotan because it had a brightness and a projection to the sound, that ability to cut through an ensemble and just give you that purity of tone and color. For many of my subscribers that love Glotan, specifically those in the Asia areas, I know you guys like it, as well as some of my subscribers in Germany. I've heard from you and you also like Glotan. This may be a new type of cane, if you're not familiar, that you should become familiar with. It might be your next favorite. I have to admit that in my own personal studio, we have a love-hate relationship with this cane. And I have to say that I too have this love-hate relationship with this cane. This is why we began calling it the Clean It cane, or maybe even the Mr. Clean cane. We began calling it the Mr. Clean cane because when you use this cane, there is absolutely nowhere to hide. It allows for some of the most dry secco playing without having to work at all. The notes are buoyant and have a clear end to the sound of the note. But it means that it also has the ability to show you exactly where your air begins to slightly ebb off. For excerpts, this is fantastic and scary all at once, because if you want to know where you have the slight little bit of air that maybe just isn't quite where it should be, or the technique that there's just that little break of air in it that maybe you hadn't noticed before, you can't hide. It will show all of those little nuances to you, and it will force you to fix them. So this cane, in my opinion, requires bravery and just total Gryffindor spirit. It also means that it's going to require you to be patient with yourself as you go ahead and fix all of the tiny little inconsistencies in your own playing. Because the cane is prone to cracking, I do suggest adding crosshatch scoring on top of the scoring that already comes with the Barton cane. Either that, or you can order large bundles of the cane that is not already scored. I say this because Barton's cane that is already scored scores down the center. Personally, I try to avoid scoring down the center because if it's going to crack, it can create a triangle-like arch down the tube. This is something that for me, I try to avoid. By ordering in large bundles, you can specify that you do not want it to already be scored, and then you can score on your own, avoiding that line down the center and hopefully avoiding some of the cracks. I do have to say that Barton Cane is also secretly working on a way to make sure that cane doesn't crack anymore. Now, I have been sworn to secrecy that I am not going to tell you what they are doing in order to create cane that no longer cracks, but if it works, it will be revolutionary for all of us. Now, if your cane does happen to crack directly down the center and it goes through that first wire up into the blade so that you actually have arching that creates a leaking reed, Barton Cane will replace that. They will also replace any cane that has a fold over that was not in the direct center. For many of my beginners, I am suggesting working with different styles of Barton cane simply because it takes a lot of the guesswork out of the foundational beginning elements of reed making. Students can begin forming, put a tip on the reed, and start playing. So if you're just starting out with reed making, you might look at some of the styles that Barton cane has to offer. Okay guys, this wraps up my review of the Gonzalez cane by Barton. I am reviewing several other types of their canes, so if you want to make sure that you don't miss any of those videos, be sure to click that subscribe button. If you're enjoying the cane reviews, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. And if you want to know what's happening on my reed desk, you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter for up-to-the-minute updates. And I will see you guys next time. Bye! Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to take you through my holiday gift guide for the special bassoonist that is in your life. The first thing that I want to take you through are reed cases.